So what's your prediction for Grixis Delver versus this Urion monstrosity?
Well, clearly the Urion monstrosity can't be beaten. No.
Yeah, it's been pretty good tonight.
uh, yeah. So it has been surprisingly resilient. I always think these 80 card decks surprise me because I feel like they're not going to see their important cards when they want to because they have such a huge number of cards to filter through. But I think Phil has started to get these decks tuned a little better. That said, we do have a turn two Delta Flip, right?
Yep. Turn to insectile aberration as I think where you want to be here if you're Roland, because time is not on your side. You're gonna have to be aggressive with this Thopter
Mm-hmm.
sword crap going on because once he gets a bunch of Thopters in play, you can't attack anymore. Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize,
I like that.
Lorwyn Art
Mm-hmm.
also. And I'm happy to see Roland on Grixis Delver. We're going to see the power of cards like Thoughtseize and what else?
Thoughtseize and Cling to Dust, I believe, is in here, which will be pretty good against
Yep,
this
Cling to
deck.
Dust. Fatal
And
Push.
Fatal Push, which is somewhat relevant.
Yeah, it's a light
Um,
splash for sure.
Light Splash here. Roland Chang's signature Painful Truths in the sideboard, which many people disagree with.
Yeah,
I'm joking, but there it is. And Plague Engineer is also on the board.
yeah, that'll be great against the Thopters.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Brainstorm. Um, we had an epic match, two epic matches last week with Roland Chang on this Grixis Delver list,
Okay,
and off the top of my head, I don't know if he's changed it at all. But it's pretty cool that he has Brazen Borrower still in here. Brazen Borrower has fallen out of favor a bit for Delver decks.
for
But
sure.
Brazen Borrower still makes the cut for Roland. All right,
Yeah,
Thoughtseize resolving.
I think he's thinking that that he's playing maybe a more tempo play than others would go for these days.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think it's also um, since Roland also plays depths. Merit Lage is on his mind, so Brazen Borrower
Okay.
seems important.
Yeah, I mean, it's great against Reanimator as well.
It is,
Or Sneak Attack, Sneak and Show, those types of decks.
can be. Yep. Maybe not against Emrakul, but yeah, takes
Yeah,
Force of Will.
yeah.
Strix. When you're a Grixis Delver player and your opponent plays Strix, you just want to slam the table sometimes. It's like,
Yeah,
it's just very annoying.
can't beat it. Mm-hmm.
It
Well, maybe
just,
the Fatal Push will come up big here.
yeah, Fatal Push and Bolt will be key.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it can just be like, it costs you the game because it just slows you down completely.
Yeah.
Ponder.
What I
Uh,
really like out of Rollins' list, I was watching it on Wednesday as well,
mhm.
is the continued inclusion of Young Pyromancer, and I think the kind of spicy inclusion of Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah. If you saw last Wednesday's stream, and the VOD is up here on Twitch, and they'll be up on YouTube as well if they're not there already. I don't remember, but um, Young Pyromancer looked great last week.
Yeah,
Uh, the elemental tokens overwhelming everybody because I don't want to say Delver decks aren't running Young Pyromancer anymore, but it's not as prevalent right
for
now,
sure. I agree.
and you can take advantage of that. All right, Bolt takes out the Strix,
There's,
so we're back in business. Full art
I was
Nils
looking
hand
ahead.
cards. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was looking ahead to I told you I was talking about with Landon the Strixhaven releases coming up
Mm-hmm.
in I think that's the Q2 set. And
I
then
believe so.
we're
Yeah.
gonna get um Kaldheim already in January 28th. It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to in the Norse mythology? What are you hoping to see?
Hmm. Um. I don't know much about Norse mythology really, other than Thor is a thing and Beowulf is a thing, maybe. So there's no particular character or myth that I'm looking forward to, but I do think it would be cool to have some boats, like some kind of way,
Okay.
like some kind of mechanic that
Yeah.
has like boat warfare would be kind of neat, and they
Vehicles.
never done that before.
Hmm.
Seafaring creatures and vehicles and stuff like that might be neat, something different.
Yeah. For the first
And
time, we are seeing Painter Servant on the battlefield, followed up by a grindstone on the stack. So we'll see if Roland has a response.
yep,
Force negation.
force of negation on. Oh, on the grindstone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that makes
Grindstone.
a lot of sense because Painter Servant is down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was thinking to myself earlier today, I don't know anything about metal music,
Okay.
but I know a lot
Sure.
about snow magic, and that's why I'm looking forward to Kaldheim.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Do you listen to metal? Are you a metal person? Metal fan?
Uh, not out in my leisure time.
Okay. So not what do you mean
So
not in your leisure
no.
time?
Well, as a musician, like I've
Oh, okay.
listened to a lot of metal and I'm
I see.
familiar with the genre,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah.
not what I go to.
Yeah. Um I like if someone put me like let's say I'm on a game show or something. Chris, name three metal band. I couldn't do it. I could not name three
Oh,
metal
okay.
bands. I know nothing about metal. So it'll be kind of interesting for me to experience Kaldheim through as someone that lived that life. I don't know. I don't even know what my point is,
Sure.
but um, yeah, because a lot of people seem pumped about Kaldheim because it's metal or metal themed or whatever. I don't even know if I'm
Sure.
describing this
Yeah.
correctly, but
I
um,
was not aware of this heavy metal sub theme, so this should be cool. I hope they go dark with Kaldheim. So yeah.
yeah. Um, but I'm looking forward to Snow and Kaya's back. That should be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Back again.
yep, back again.
But Roland, he did Ponder Pass, well, Ponder Attack Pass, and Phil's gonna go for a Trinket Mage here.
Gotcha. Well, I assume he's looking for Grindstone, right? Yep.
Yep, another Grindstone.
Oh yeah, Tybalt is back too. Tybalt is back.
Thanks, bag. I'm the type of person, after losing that badly, I literally just want to go and jam games, like
Mm.
over and over again. I'm that type of personality, which is not
That
super healthy, but
that's probably a better personality than me, where I just don't play for a while, because I'm just like, I
yeah.
don't, I don't know, I can't with this right now. Oh, there's also that D&D set coming out this year. I also don't know anything
Yeah.
about D&D, but I probably know more about D&D than I know about metal music.
Looking forward to D&D for sure. Our like friends group has just gotten into playing D&D over webcam and all of that since quarantine. So I
Have
think
you
it'll
done
be
it?
fun. Even though the party mechanic is kind of clunky in Magic.
I
We
forgot all
did a
about the party
pre-con
mechanic.
campaign
Oh, you
to
did?
kind
Okay.
of like figure out how to do D&D, and now we're working on making our own characters and starting up our own campaign.
Nice.
And side note, I'm going to be back on Friday. I'm going to be doing exactly what I want to do right now, which is jamming a bunch of Black Red Reanimator and Gen games until I am better at them.
What's up, Side Norna? How's it going?
Phil
Side
is
Norna
running
joining
an
late
80
tonight.
card deck. Mm-hmm.
So a lot has happened in this game. Uh, much of it was insectile aberrations attacking, but
Mm-hmm.
all right, here's the grindstone that I was just about to say was going to happen. And let's see if, because
Now,
if there's
yeah,
no
Nolan
response, the game's over.
Roland did spend his days on a force of on the swords plowshare
Hmm.
a while ago. So we'll see what other counter magic he has.
Yep.
Oh,
Fatal
fatal
push
push
on the
on
servant.
interceptor.
Ouch.
That is a fun of. Yeah, just one of those. Grindstone does resolve though.
Yep. Not very good without the servant in play
Mm-hmm.
is Grindstone. Utterly useless, really.
Yeah.
Especially with a flip
What
delver on
does
the
it
table.
do?
It just mills 3 card or
Yeah.
mills.
Pay 3 to mill.
Yeah, and then if they all share a color, you mill again.
Mm-hmm.
Or if some of them share a color, whatever. You guys know what it does.
Well, here comes another combo piece on the battlefield. Thopter Foundry.
Yep. Thopter Foundry, the other combo in here. what what is this? Do you get this joke from Side Norna? I don't get it.
No. I know. I'm sorry. There's too
There
many
are some
references that I
ores in
don't
this house,
understand.
like ores instead of
Like
whores is the
boats?
joke. Is that the joke? I don't know. Sorry, Side Norna, that one didn't land. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like
I
ore
think
house? Is a ore
Fair
house a
Thopter
thing?
backup plan
Anyway, I'm overthinking it.
is good. It's going to make chump blockers for sure. We can stack that grindstone to it if Bill doesn't feel like he's going to be able to go for the rest of the combo there.
Yeah. Yeah. Papa Smurf says, are we here for the fair Thopter backup plan? Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Do you sack the grindstone and the Thopter to block here? Or is that too risky?
I think
It's
it's
kind of
about
funny.
time because you don't want to put yourself within bolt range. So if not now, then at least the next turn.
Yeah, it looks like he said no blocks and took 3. And here's a Dread Horde, which is bad news.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Um, I'm just looking at Phil's list. Oh, there is Swords to Plowshares, but there's not a lot of removal in here. Not a lot of ways to remove creatures.
Agreed.
Maybe Karn can get something.
Yep, Karn. But other than that, he's going to be fighting on the stack mainly. Force the will, force the negation. No days. Do you think a daze is a must include in all? What decks do you think are going to be the ones that use daze, I guess? So we've got Delver,
Mm-hmm.
Infect. Why do they use it?
Well, because they don't need a lot of mana in play to function, and
Okay.
they're trying to buy time
Mm-hmm.
or wow, I'm explaining. I already know I'm explaining this really badly, just
No,
by how I
I
started.
get it.
But um, whereas a deck like Miracles, let's say, wants to
Okay.
consistently have as many lands in play as possible and not waste time uh, being down a mana. Like, for example, they want to turn 6, let's say, drop Jace and not
Mm-hmm.
have to wait till turn 9 or whatever because they dazed a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's
Hey,
kind of
thanks
it.
for the cheer.
Thank you for the
Roland
cheer.
put for lightning bolt on the stack, and then Phil stacked the grindstone to the Thopter Foundry to gain a life.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bolting
Dreadhorde
spells.
flashing back that bolt and the insectile aberration swinging in is enough to get the job done.
It
I
would be
think it
really
would
good
make
still.
Grixis Delver the default. How about that? I think
Okay.
we would. I think it's good enough that we would no longer see Rug Delver and we'd move over to Grixis.
You would just play it in the main, says Island Delver Go, which is a good point. What's up, Island Delver Go? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I played in the main in my Jund deck, and it was good.
Yeah. Again, Modern doesn't have Days, doesn't have Wasteland,
It's true.
doesn't
It's
have
true.
Rishadan Port, doesn't have so many ways to just deal with Lurrus. You have decks with like
Yeah,
Abrupt Decays and Swords in the main. I don't know.
for sure. It would be. I know there are a couple of folks out there in the interwebs that do test those types of things, and I'd be curious to know if the playtested team is considering those unbans because they were banned when companion rule was different,
Hmm.
and if it has any effect on it.
I'm sure it's being well. I think I think Wizards operates in a way, and this is smart, where they want us to beg them to unban Lurrus before they make a move. So if everybody that plays
Hmm.
Legacy, again, this is not even at the top of their list of priorities, right? If it was standard, it'd be a whole different story. But if all the Legacy players that you can think of were all like, please, please unban Lurrus because it'd be so great, then they would do it. But right now they're just like, let's make them wait.
Yeah, I actually hope that's not the case. I don't like the idea that whoever's shouting loudest on Twitter or Reddit or whatever place
Hmm.
gets the attention, so that is what yields the ban or the unban. I
Yeah.
want it to be, sorry, pure data.
Yeah. All right. Here's Goblin
So
Engineer.
the players, yeah, for the first couple of turns, Phil has been playing his Astrolabes and drawing his cards, and we finally got a Goblin Engineer on the field, and Roland was just pondering.
Yeah. You know, and still on that topic, I was listening to the Leaving a Legacy podcast over the weekend.
Sure.
Joe Dyer, friend of the show, Joe Dyer from MTG Goldfish, who writes the This Week in Legacy column, was on their podcast talking about collecting data from Legacy
Mm-hmm.
events and turning
Okay.
that data into some kind of community understanding of what the meta actually is. And
Mm-hmm.
there really hasn't been much data collected to it. This is like as of 2 weeks ago. But I'm really interested to see where that goes and to see where that data tells us legacy ban list should go as a community.
Yeah,
Again,
for
this is
sure.
not Wizards. This is people who don't work there figuring stuff out. But
Roland,
yeah.
I believe, is after Goblin having a moment. Goblin Engineer resolved, went for the surgical, so we got rid of the sort of the meek great, and that also reveals Brainstorm, Karn, and about some other cards
Yep.
that are gone now.
And I'm not saying this is going to be the case, but I am very curious to see data after like a month or two. Does it show, for example, does it show decks with Oko are actually not that good? I don't know. I don't know yet because we don't have the data,
I'm
right?
all for
Everybody
I'm
everybody
all
assumes,
for
but
like everyone having access. I mean, I miss the Frank Carnston
hmm.
articles. You know, WotC has been holding on to a lot of data from tournaments they used to put out publishing, and I really enjoyed his metagame breakdowns and did seriously informed decisions when I was going to tournaments. So he doesn't have access to that data anymore, and I wish he did because
Yeah.
I think it's only going to help, right? I don't understand why it had to go away
Yeah, I
fully.
mean it helps competitive players, but I
Oh,
know this is going
yeah.
to be an unpopular opinion. I'm bracing myself for
Not
impact here.
many of us.
But I don't
Okay.
think it helps not competitive players. Like I don't think not competitive
Oh,
players
okay.
can who think, "Oh, I want to play modern, let's say. What should I play?
Hmm.
Oh, the only decks I can play are these three. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have that. So I guess I won't play." I don't think
Okay.
that is a good thing for Magic for us to have access to all data and know exactly which deck is actually the best. And I don't know. That's my opinion.
Well, I
I'm
like
gonna get hate
knowing
mail
what deck
now.
is the best because then I like knowing what deck beats the best deck or what deck is currently bad right now and can kind of spike because it doesn't have any hate against it. You know, Dredge and
Yeah,
has this all the time in Modern where people either do or do not have hate against Dredge and it spikes or doesn't spike because of that.
it's also like, in a way, in the past, I know things have changed now a bit because of Magic Online dumps and all that, but
Hmm.
um, teams used to go to like Pro Tours, let's say, and they had their own data. They would come to the conclusion blue red is the
Sure.
best deck in this format. But another team would show
Hmm.
up and their data would say white green is the best deck in this format. If
Yeah.
Wizards is giving everybody the answers, that's, you know, that's not as good.
That is said to me like a true like 90s player who went like
Yeah,
back in the day where we didn't have the internet and someone copied your deck and you were angry because someone copied your deck that you know, worked
yeah,
on. And these days, like, we're just
yeah.
gonna go get it off the internet.
It's
What
just
was the last thing? The 5.0?
it's just not a very good game experience for a game developer like Wizards to be like, here's this game and here's this way of playing it and
Oh, you think
here's the
so?
best deck and if you do in this deck you're gonna lose. What? Why would they tell us that?
See, I don't think they're saying that.
Well, in a way they
That
are.
is
They're telling you the
interesting.
data shows that like some decks are just not competitive. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks for the follow, Jay Barnowski.
Yes. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Okay, enough about ban lists. Let's see what's going on in this game.
Meanwhile, Phil put a Tormod's Crypt on the battlefield, and not Roland has not been able to flip his Delver into one turn, only one turn of a misfit. These have been some long turns.
This game has been a grind. Tormod's Crypt in play is pretty good, but it looks like Phil's kind of just going off, right? Drawing a whole bunch of cards,
Those
getting a lot of
Arkham's
card advantage.
Astrolades really help him out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And compared to game one, where Roland, I think on turn two, right, had a flip Delver and was
Mm-hmm.
kind of living out the story that we were talking about before, where you flip a Delver and then you're holding up counter magic like Daze, and he dazed
Yeah.
something. This game not as aggressive, and the mid
Mm-hmm.
rangeness of Phil's deck is probably going to win this game.
Yeah.
He just gave Phil too much time.
Yeah, to me, I mean, there's plenty of permanents on the field at this point, but we did get a flip Delver. So that'll be a big thing. Chat has been considering whether or not Dreadhorde Arcanist is too powerful for Legacy. I really enjoy that card. I
Dreadhorde?
think it's been really impactful. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's too powerful right now. It's my gut.
Yeah. We can go in
It
circles.
does remind
We
me a
could
little bit of Lurrus, though. So yeah.
kind of. We can probably, Cathrine, you and I could stream and talk about this for the next 12 hours
Yeah.
straight and still
Yeah.
people yelling at us that we're wrong. And you could talk yourself into circles about the ban list and everything just by
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
For sure. Yeah.
Um, I just
We're
feel
Magic
like,
players. We love getting in the weeds about that sometimes.
yeah, I just feel like Dreadhorde, just for example, like,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's just okay. Never mind what I was gonna say about Dreadhorde. I thought of something better. If
Okay.
and I think I spoke to you about this on a previous stream. If Astrolab was an Ice Age, nobody would be talking about it right now. Like literally zero people would
Oh,
even
that's
mention
right.
it. They just wouldn't care. It just wouldn't matter because we're just so used to the cards in Legacy that are already completely messed up that we just
Sure. Like
don't.
Entomb.
Yeah, like Entomb, exactly.
Yeah, we've made that point before, for sure.
Um, I just don't think anybody would care. If Dreadhorde was from Tempest, nobody would care. Nobody would talk about it at all. It would never get mentioned. All right.
Yeah. So we're back over to Phil. Unban
Yep, back to Phil.
everything. No, I don't think we should unban
Again, if you want to send me hate messages, I'll put my email in the chat.
everything.
I'm fully expecting them. It's fine.
Tribute Mage on the stack. That is going to get Pyroblasted. Yes, Pyroblasted. Alright. No, Phil has started.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got it. He sacked an Astrolabe to get another Astrolabe to draw a card.
Yep. Grindstone here. Oh, okay, he doesn't have the combo yet. I thought Painter was in play for some reason. No.
Step 1. Grindstone.
Step one. Step one.
A braid on the top, flipping both Delvers. So here's a real clock for Phil to assemble his and resolve his combo because it's not really putting down aggressive enough beats right now. What do you think? Are you supposed to, in a perfect world, in a Painter Servant combo, do you want to play the Painter Servant and then the Grindstone, or vice versa? Does it matter?
Um, I don't know if it matters. I really don't know if it matters. Side Norna saying Brainstorm was from Ice Age and people bitch about it to this
Complain.
day. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm kind of joking, everybody, but it's still
Yeah.
like, you know, the same people that are crying that Brainstorm should be banned are gonna cry that Tundra should be banned. Whatever. Everybody's gonna have their own take on it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we would see the uproar and the banging on the doors at Wizards of the Coast for Astrolabe to be banned that we do now. Is my point.
Sure.
All right, Delvers are attacking, so Roland's making progress here.
Yeah. I don't know how many cards Roland has in hand. He's only seen one Ponder for the game, so he hasn't had a ton of card selection. But I don't think he's burned through hardly any counters. The Abrade is going to go for the Goblin Engineer and the second
Ooh,
main phase, I
okay,
think.
okay, yeah.
And then pass.
I guess that makes sense. Can't destroy the grindstone and get away with it with engineer in place, so I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Luanil's Luanil's saying we
Plateau,
should ban
OP.
Plateau, and I think we should just because nobody plays it. It'd just be better to ban it. No, I'm just kidding.
I've altered a Plateau.
I think
That's happened.
have I played Plateaus before? I'm not sure. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Everybody settle down. We're not banning anything.
Yeah.
Everybody just calm
We don't
down.
have that
Calm
power.
yourselves down. Think happy thoughts.
Alright, here's an Urza. Urza on the stack. That is going to get Power Blasted as well. Great
All
card.
right. All right. That's fair.
Brainstorm instead. Yeah, so it's a 2-turn clock on Roland's side. What game number is this, by the
This
way?
is game 2.
Is this
This
game
is game
2?
2. Yep.
Who won game 1? See, I told you I can't remember.
Roland won game 1 off the Dreadhorde and
Okay.
Bolt. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So
15
Phil
minutes
has
left in the
not
round.
executed the actual. He has done the Thopter Foundry combo, but we have not seen the Painter Servant combo. And I believe those are the only two combos. I mean, he's gone a little nuts with the Urza, which is its own kind of combo.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happened here?
Yeah.
Oh, with swords. Okay, got it.
Okay,
They
I was
just
like,
didn't put it on the table, and I was
where
like,
did Delver
what?
go?
Yeah.
Okay, so that 2-turn clock has moved to a 3-turn clock.
Yep. Going to 9 is dangerous. I'm with you, Island Delver.
Intervals of 3, right?
Yep. Young Pyromancer. Okay.
Young Pyromancer. With Phil having no threats on the board, that's going to make a big difference.
Swords helps. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Blazing Volley, right?
Yeah.
That is a sideboard card. Deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. Deals 1 damage to each creature.
I think he's just casting
Oh,
it
that
here
was just
for
to
an
get the
elemental.
token.
Yeah, just trying to get a token. One step closer to Bolt being lethal on the following turn.
Giving himself the most possible outs. Yeah.
I like that. Again, playing aggressive. There's no time against this Thopter Foundry thing to just like hold that blazing volley in your hand and hope for payoff later. I agree with Roland here.
Seeing expert players like Roland play make me just want to go practice.
I mean, it's assessing every situation, right? Sometimes it's correct to blazing volley even though your opponent has no creatures, and there's
right.
a situation where that might make sense.
Sure.
Oh, Brea, this is okay.
He
so
did
maybe
get
we
the
just
Brea.
maybe we just got wrecked just now, and blazing volley would have been better to hold on to, but here we are.
Oh man.
Doesn't it make? Wait, does it?
Okay.
ETB make
so
2 Thopters,
ETB
right?
you get 2, and then you can pay 2 and sack 2 artifacts, and you get to choose one of 3 modes. Deals 3 damage to target player. Target creature gets -4/-4, or you gain 5 life. So
Yep.
that has changed the game significantly.
Yep. Brea.
It is difficult to cast though, and
Pulled it off.
casting it off basics and not having to tap any of the astrolabes is cool.
Yeah, it's a that's a feat in itself.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I think you did just top deck that. I'm sorry, what?
the clock has just changed. You know, with that
Yeah,
Brea
for sure.
still having access to 2 mana right now if he really needs it also makes a big difference.
Yep. Force to Phil Andrews in the chat. That's funny. For
The
some
whole
reason,
time. Never
it's
didn't
so
have it.
funny when the players are in the chat. It's just hilarious.
I know. Brea's a 4/4. Not boltable. And you know, we got 2 young pyromancers, so plan B is go wide, right, Roland? So we'll see.
How big is Brea? 4/4?
4/4.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
not good.
ridiculous EDH commander,
And it
often played, I
flies?
believe, as a CEDH. I
Does
do
it
not
fly?
believe so. No.
Oh, it doesn't fly. Okay.
So the Delver can come over still. But we got the Thopter still.
Yep. Double blocking here? Uh-oh. Oh, chumping
There we
and
go. So
sacking. Okay.
chumping and then sacking to Brea's ability to deal 3 damage to one of the pyromancers.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good play. And what is Phil is sitting at 6. So Bolt
Phil.
would be great off the top, but
Oh, yeah,
Brea
Phil's at 6. Yep.
can gain 5 life whenever it feels. All right,
Okay.
Phil's
Sacking
gonna
here. Okay.
deal 3. Phil's at 9. Oh, because it's upside down. Got it. Thanks.
Oh, Phil's at 9.
doesn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
a doesn't
Okay.
have a line under
Got it
it.
right the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've mixed up his life counter a few times. Meekstone. Yikes. Oof.
Whoa. All right, let's have a read on that one.
If
Haven't
you've
seen
ever
that one in a bit.
Meekstoned anybody, raise your hand.
Any creature with power greater than 2 may not be untapped as normal during the untap phase.
I mean, brutal.
Oof.
Yep.
Brea into Meekstone. I think you would think that's a game of EDH instead of a game of Legacy.
Yep. Oh
Bolt
man, Luinel,
targeting
that
Brea.
sounds brutal. Meekstone and Eldrazi player.
Force a negation hard cast.
Enigma Machine is loving it.
Legacy staple. Mm-hmm.
Oh, does Infect run that? I didn't know that. I had
Oh,
Meekstone in my
Meekstone.
Landstill sideboards.
Okay.
Artifact, Nick Fit. Yep. Cavern. Naming, I'm assuming human. Oh,
Bird.
maybe Urion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bird. Wow, it was so long ago. I forgot he even had Urion in his hand.
I didn't even realize he had Cavernous Souls in his deck.
I didn't either, actually.
That's another one of.
Yep.
Oh man,
Now he's making
Urion
Thopters again.
and Brea. What a great little combo. Sort of.
So it's a good time to mention if you want to redeem channel points, you could add minutes to the clock. We got 7 minutes left here.
Oh yeah.
Chat can add minutes to the clock if you redeem channel points, is what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got 1 minute
Yeah.
added. Thank you, Taints Terry.
Yeah. Let's see if Phil can tie it up. a bit of a
Rigmo is
tall
here for a
order now
draw.
for Roland. Okay.
Rigmo is one of those people that wants draws. Okay.
Well, Phil has been running the board today with this new brew. Think this deck has legs to go the distance? I don't know.
I don't know. He's 3-0, right?
Yeah,
If you
I
just
think
joined us,
mine
Phil
was
is
a free
3-0
win.
tonight.
Mine was a free win.
Still have to play the games.
Opponent did not show up. Had to wait 10 minutes, and then you can go get your snacks.
If you're rolling, do you scoop here?
And try to win a game 3. This is always the tough call, right? Fatal
Yeah.
push on. Did we trigger revolt?
I think
Is
so.
it going for Brea? Yeah.
Another minute added. Thank you, Tensi Terry.
So Brea is an artifact itself, right? Yeah. So you can sack Brea to itself, and
I honestly don't know, but I believe you.
yeah, and Roland's gonna gain 5 on the way out.
Gotcha.
Still looking down the Yorion, which is a 5/6, 4/5.
4-5, yeah.
4/5.
But it won't on tap.
The Yorion.
Yeah, it won't
Is
on
the
tap with
Meekstone still on
Meekstone.
the battlefield?
Yeah.
It is, and it's symmetrical.
Yep. All right.
Got another
Tensi
minute.
Terry add another minute. What's that?
Thing. No, same thing. Got another minute.
Yep.
Oh, I thought Roland froze for a second. He also did the 5 seconds of not moving. I was like, uh-oh.
You know my pain.
You have to refresh.
Yeah, whenever people just stop moving, I'm like, oh no, they crashed.
Yeah.
They lost internet. They lost power.
Mm-hmm. Alpha Strix, flying Death Touch.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, I think if I'm Roland, seeing that Baleful Strix might be the point where I'm thinking about scooping.
Yeah.
I don't know how many cards he has in hand.
Swing for one. I think this is
So
over
it
for
is.
Roland.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a slow clock. He only gets to get in with Yorion once.
Another minute added. Thank you, 10. Making sure this keeps going. You might be here all night.
Roland's having a think.
I think Roland's a goner.
Okay, back over to Phil.
Swinging for 3.
Coming in for 4.
Oh,
That
the trinket is a 2. Okay.
Tribute Mage is a 2/2.
Yep. Another trinket mage.
Though at this point, maybe you're just priced into trying to win it here.
Maybe.
Can Delver win in 7 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it ends up being in the end?
I think it can be done.
Okay.
Ballista. Oh, is there a Ballista in this deck? Moon Razors, thanks for the
Is
minute to
there?
the clock. What did he search for?
Okay. Roland's going to try to go for that 3rd game.
All right. Luanil giving us the rundown of Magic Online leagues. I should just install Magic Online on my computer just so I could check the trophy counts.
Yeah.
And report to the Twitch audience.
You got to do a few vintage drafts coming up. Well, not really that soon. They're doing the Supreme draft first, which I'm not that excited about. And then I think right around the 25th, they're going back to a more traditional draft.
Of what? What are they drafting?
Of the Vintage Cube.
Oh.
The Vintage Cube.
What's a
It's
Supreme
usually
draft?
around the holidays.
What does that mean?
Supreme draft is when you get 2 cards at once. right,
Oh, that
chat?
thing. Okay. I don't know. I'm so out of the
Which
loop.
totally messed up the like reading signals part of
Gotcha.
drafting.
Gotcha. Moonrazors, thank you for adding a minute. You can add minutes to the clock in chat by redeeming channel points.
Rollins a land go. Not exactly. I mean, hopefully he's got something else, but I think it would have been really great to see a Delver there.
Yep. 2 cards at once and the packs are always
Phil.
full. Oh.
Oh, that is that what it is? Yeah. It's a very long article. But, well, I'll try it out once. We'll
Yeah, I'll try anything once.
I wonder how Phil feels shuffling this 80 card deck all night. Could you do an all day tournament? It's just
Phil's in good shape.
exhausting.
He probably could pull it off. Phil works out.
Because of the way I hold my cards at the end of tournament, sometimes my pinky is sore from the card sleeves. I know that's ridiculous, but because of
Right,
the way I
right.
rest them on my pinky, like I have worn band-aids to
Oh, yeah,
tournaments.
yeah, yeah. Enigma Machine, I got your minute add to the clock. Thank you. Um, yeah. I have not. Well, other than trying Commander, I've talked about this before. My very brief Commander career, all of about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I have not shuffled 80 to 100 card decks very often, and I don't know. It seems like it would suck.
I have to cut my commander deck and shuffle it in 2 chunks and then cut those amongst themselves and then shuffle it again. It's great. House rule is, don't fetch at end of turn. If you're on a 4-player table, just start fetching, while the other players are going.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter in Commander, right? Unless you're doing like the
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Commander. What do you call it?
Yeah,
CEH?
we don't. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there is a limit on how many people can like add minutes to the clock, and eventually it maxes out, so we're not here for days. So
Yeah.
if it maxed out, I'm sorry, it just maxes out eventually.
All right, so they fought over was that a Grafdigger's Cage that got fought over, Force of Will, and then Days?
Yep, Ponder here.
Dreadhorde has resolved, but nothing in the graveyard can be Dreadhorded.
Yep. It also prevents people from just like trolling us, and like when we get to like 10 seconds left, they just keep adding a minute
Yeah, yeah, that's probably
forever.
the best. That's probably for the best.
Yeah, so
Swords
there's a
was
limit.
Forced of Will. Okay, and the cage was Days. Thank you.
All right,
The
Luanel added
arts
a minute.
on those look a little similar. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
2 cages?
Yep. Oh,
So that was
okay.
not a shuffle off of the ponder?
Yeah, I guess not. Okay. Another swords. All right, Roland gets some life back.
Swords is gonna hit the Dreadhorde. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
buddy. I have recently learned that his meows come through on the microphone.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Okay, good. Then nothing happened.
Pyromancer.
Young Pyromancer. Another threat. Exactly what you want to follow up.
Yep. Threats are good. Double fetch.
Yeah.
Luanel, thank you for the minute. I will add it now. I hope the players aren't looking at the clock, because if they are, they're probably going nuts. They're probably just
What?
like been stuck in limbo at 8 minutes for like an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So Rowan has 3 cards in hand. And Yorin is in hand for Phil.
Yep.
Yeah, his deck has been able to slow things down enough so he can get to the point in the game where he can spare that 3 mana to get it into his hand and then even cast it.
Yep.
Brainstorm, trigger. I really like those full art and those foil elemental triggers that have recently come out. I can't remember what set they came out in.
I think it was Modern Horizons, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know though. I'm not sure. Maybe it was Unglued. Oh, yeah, it was
Oh
Unstable.
right, the recent un.
Unstable, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you
Thank you,
been following
Moonragers.
the secret layers
Um,
for the holidays?
yeah. There are a few that I think look really cool. The Seb McKinnon looks really cool,
Mm-hmm.
and the
I
Bob
like the art.
Ross. I have the Bob
Yeah.
Ross basics on my arena account, and they look really nice.
Okay.
And there might be another
So
one.
that's a
What about
pyroblast
you?
on the Orion.
Which ones do you like?
Um, so I'm kind of low on secret layers since my not so great experience with the Theros gods taking
Mm,
forever. But I
yeah.
think of the holiday ones that have been posted, I would go for probably the Bob Ross lands, but I might just buy those in the secondary market.
Okay.
I'm really curious about the concert art posters of the Assassin's Trophy and that set of them. They just really don't look like Magic cards more than any other card I've seen.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
Like
I guess that's fine.
some people think they're like amazing, one of the coolest things they've ever done because they like. Again, we're talking about metal, but they like metal.
Yeah,
They don't really speak to me, but they don't bother me at all, really. Like if somebody plays those, I don't really
yeah.
care.
I guess so. For me, as a card altarist, I looked at them and I was like, oh, those are going to be tournament legal, which is great. But I have been making a lot of tournament legal altars,
Hmm.
and in order to keep all judges happy, you generally need to maintain the original art, maintain the text, and a couple of other key things like CMC and card name and stuff like that.
Yep.
And so when I look at those cards, I was like, wait a second, what? We can just do whatever we want now, and it's tournament legal?
Oh, they don't have text.
Okay. I mean, they do have text, but
Oh,
they
they do have text.
certainly
Oh.
don't look like, um,
Mm. Yeah.
you know, magic.
I guess there has to be some rules though for like altered cars, just because people would just like use a thick
There
black
aren't
paintbrush over a
actually, which
an
is
entire
so
card.
tough.
Yeah, it makes sense though.
Um,
Thank you,
the head
Ruinel.
judge has final say no matter what.
Yeah.
All right. So Phil resolved a Thopter Foundry and just wasn't able to get there with the various swords and removal on Roland's side. So Roland gets there in the end.
Roland gets there. Let's check in with the players.